예. 남산 쪽으로 가는데 종로 쪽 한번 봐요. 보이나? 찍고 있는데 보이나 봐봐. 형태가 변하는데.
There have been so many UFO sightings over in the United States over the past 24 hours, it's actually getting really hard to keep up with everything. So this first clip comes from Scottsdale in Arizona, I believe. Take a look at this clip. Now, there's a few things that I obviously want to, go through with you on this one. First of all, that's a drone. They zoomed into it at the end. It was blatantly a drone, right? And with regards to this one, when they were zooming in, obviously, I think they're showing how, this thing, separates, right? Or it moves direction almost instantly, right? These, little black dots on the windshield, which blatantly are on the windshield. I think this is just a hoax. Because on iPhones... Obviously, on iPhones, they've got, multiple cameras now. You've got, I've got 3. Some of them have only got 2, whatever. But when you zoom in, all of these cameras have a different purpose, right? So when you zoom in, it changes. So, it might jump from this camera to this camera, which would mean it would change perspective. Or it might jump from this camera to this camera. Again, it would just change perspective. So that's why that little black dot is moving. But I've seen this going somewhat viral. And, it's just a very simple solution to a lot of answers. It's not a UFO, it's not a UAP, it's not anything, it's just nothing. But here's something that is kind of crazy, right? This isn't a new one. This does come from 2011, and it was a swarm of UAPs flying in and out of formation over the skies of Seoul. Now, it comes around 4 p.m. in the afternoon on October 3rd. It's kind of a clear day, as you can see right here, but just watch what happens.
아저씨 저거 풍선 같아요?
글쎄.
풍선 아닌 것 같죠?
네, 맞네.
안 보이는데 하나도.
하나, 둘, 셋.
아저씨.
15, 6.
엄청 많다. 아저씨.
엄청 많다.
아저씨.
네.
거기 가만히 계세요. 어디 가지 마시고.
어디가 있어?
엄청 많은데 한쪽이 풍선일까?
풍선 아닌 것 같은데.
아니 너무 많아.
그러니까요.
어디가 뭐가 있다고 그래?
저거 생명 진짜 위로 쭉 올라와. 조자 위로 쭉 올라와. 하얀 점들이 저기 있잖아. 너무 많은데? 너무 많아.
야, 나타났어. 드디어. 나타났어.
풍선인가 봐요.
풍선 아닌 것 같은데.
Now, the clip is incredibly long, so I'm not going to sit through it and then re-sit through it and all the rest of it. I'm just going to kind of narrate what I think as it's playing, so I'm just going to let it just keep rolling. But, looking at it, initially I thought, oh, this could just be star formations, it could be literally anything, right? But then I started to watch them move, and you can still see them moving now. And the fact that they move from standstill to moving left to moving right to, and then moving left and right and then just coming back to a standstill and then kind of dipping in and out of formations. You can see how close these ones get. This one even took a curve here. I've watched the entirety of this footage. It is absolutely mind-boggling. Just watching the way that these things manipulate, move, go back and forth. They're clearly at different heights and altitudes because we just watched one literally fly over the top of another. This goes beyond anything that I can explain. Just the way that these things move, the way that they go from moving to stopping to moving, the sheer speed and acceleration that they move at. It's beyond anything that I can explain. So I'm going to let the footage roll out without me kind of in it, because I think, you can then get a really informed decision on this. But let me know what you think about it in the comments, and we'll jump back into the next video when this one finishes.
저 위에 떴잖아. 저기 봐봐, 사람도 있는데. 저기 저 위에 보여. 저 교보 위자 보여요. 저 건물 위에.
교자 위에 교자 위에.
하얀 물체도 둥근 거.
엄청 많아.
진짜 자세히 봐야지.
어머
떴다.
보자. 안병철 씨. 나 드디어 해냈어.
저게 뭐예요?
저 UFO죠.
음식 물체 맞죠?
별이겠어요?
아니 하나가 밑으로 방향이 다 달라. 하나는 저 밑으로 저기
앞에 또 없어졌어.
선생님 나는 이 찍고 있는데요. 저거는 또 하나 저렇게 싹 내려가네.
야, 저게 씨발 UFO야. 올라왔네갖고 올라와야지. 아, 엄청 많아.
야, 저 수도방위 사령부에서는 저게 관측이 되나?
저렇게 많이 뜰 수가 있나?
안병철 씨, 내 오른쪽 주머니에서 검은 휴대폰 꺼내줘봐요.
알았어.
거기 보면요, 서정환이라고 있을 거야. 예, 있어요?
아니, 지금 이게 핸드폰이 몇 개 있는 거야?
아니 저 검은 거 있어, 검은 휴대폰.
해놨대, 지금 쓴 거야, 지금.
서정환,
세종아,
비밀번호 0000.
지금 0000?
예, 연결돼요?
하고
예.
전화번호
아니 그냥 저 샌드 누르면은 나와.
많이 흘려졌어, 아까보다. 여기 있다. 많이 올라가 버렸어.
나 여기 보여요 지금. 풍선 아니에요 저거. 지금 교보상공에 둥근 발광 체줄 수십 대가 떠 있어요. 지금 사람들 가고 찍고 있거든요. 저 종로상공 좀 빨리 파요. 종로상공 쪽 하늘.
남산이고, 지금은 남산이고.
예.
남산이 남산.
남산 쪽으로 가는데 종로 쪽 한번 봐요. 보이나? 찍고 있는데 보이나 봐봐. 형태가 변하는데.
있긴 있어. 여기 심해가 진짜 안 보여.
여기 보여요. 여기 보여.
네?
여기 보여. 오늘 배천절날 완전히 쇼가 벌어졌다.
화끈하셨네, 오늘.
근데 맨날 하늘만 보시면 언제 나타날 줄 알았어.
지금 이거 저거 찍는 거예요, 지금?
찍어요. 여기 보여.
네?
찍어. 야, 엄청 많네.
몇 대야?
수십 대.
지금?
아저씨, 가지 마세요. 저 기다리세요. 아저씨, 그 육안으로 봤을 때 너무 멀죠, 저거?
야, 안 보여, 안 보여.
아니, 여기 카메라 보여. 야, 엄청 많은데. 4시 6분. 또 있어, 또 나타나. 계속 나타나, 계속.
꼭대기 꼭지점 있잖아. 거기 오른쪽 약간 내려오면 있어. 네. 잘 보인다 한 대 있어.
So there you go. Obviously, that gives a little bit of context as to, the entire clip in question and stuff like this. Moving forwards, though, there has been a lot of, these quote-unquote drones that we've seen ever since the New Jersey incident that happened a few days ago in Northern Virginia, okay? It really does give a lot of... Well, just have a look. Just take a look and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so I mean, there's a lot to dissect here. First of all, I think straight off the bat, this is some kind of plane, right? You can hear it in the video with the audio. You can hear the jets. You can hear the rumble. You can see the landing gear. You can see the the navigation lights and all the rest of it. I do think that this is just some kind of, whether it be military, whether it be commercial, whatever. This is some kind of plane. But as they pan over to the right, you notice something else. I think the first light that we see immediately, which comes up in just a moment, they pan across. All right, so I think this one right here, I think that's a star. But this one right here, that's something very different. And you'll notice why, because this one's obviously moving and it's got a red blinking light on it. Now, if there's an airport nearby, you could argue that this is a plane just a lot further away, which is why there's less detail to it. Plausible argument. Obviously it is moving. There is a red light. It does look very similar to that of the red light that's blinking on this one. Obviously now that's getting a bit further away. There could be an airport nearby, which could, be a justifiable cause for both of these things. But that one, I'm dead certain that that's a plane. I don't think that's anything extraterrestrial. But this one, on the other hand, I don't have an explanation for. I can't hear it. I can't. Obviously, it's too far away to get proper, detail about it. It's a lot harder to just, explain away. So I'll hand it over to you guys. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. But moving forwards, there have been UAP spotlights on/through clouds in Mexico City, and this was captured 3 days ago. So on the 6th of December 2024, this is a really interesting clip, I can't lie, because I watched this a few times over and over just to try and understand what it is I'm seeing, and I can't quite explain it. Now, I know there's not much going on now, but just bear with it. Give it a moment. It does pick up. Unfortunately, there's no audio to go with it, so we're on our own with that one. There you go. You can see it just kind of peeking through the clouds. There you go. Now, when I first saw this, I wondered if there were spotlights from the ground pointing upwards, pointing onto the clouds. But then, usually you see a bit of light pollution from the beam that goes up. And I don't see any of that. You just kind of see it from here. Then I thought, well, maybe these are police search helicopter spotlights. But I don't think it's that either, because why would they be above the clouds kind of poking through the clouds? That seems kind of counterproductive, does it not? Obviously, we can't really... We saw a little glimpse of it earlier, but you can't really see the object that's illuminating these lights, which adds a little bit of intrigue and mystery around the video, but does obviously make it a lot harder to identify, analyse, understand, try and wrap our heads around. But yeah, these spotlights right here, they're definitely odd. And the way that they poke through the clouds doesn't seem to give off the illusion that they are coming from the ground pointing upwards. They seem to be on the other side of the clouds pointing through them. And you can kind of see them coming in from the left, fading out to the right, which begs the question of what exactly is that, and what is it that these things are looking for? What is it? What's causing it? There's a lot more questions than answers, and it's a very difficult one to to actually answer, because obviously it's so cloudy. It's so there's not a lot really for us to work with here. But there's one recurring pattern. It's that the lights come from the left, they fade out to the right. You see it multiple times. You see it on both of these clouds here. So, you know, is it one object behind the clouds? Is it two separate objects behind the clouds? One behind here, one behind here? Is it scanning from left to right? Is it, is it on a rotation? So it's the same light going round and round in circles. There's a lot of questions, not a lot of answers. If you have any ideas that could, shed a tiny bit of light on this, like what I did there, feel free to let it know. But those are the clips that I've got for you guys today. What do you guys think about all of them? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Again, not the most compelling of UFO clips. I've tried to debunk where I can, but where I can't, I'll hand it over to you. Let me know everything, all your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. While you're down there, jump, get the hell out of that like button if you have enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.